5 test matches coming up. You don't normally see a 5 test series. India did that in 2014, but this is different. It's 5 test matches over really just a little over 6 weeks. 1st of August to 7th of September when the last test match starts. And that means you have to look at the wickets, you've got to look at the conditions, you've got to look at stamina, you've got to look at players. What's your take on these, on a 5 test series played literally back to back?
Well, it's going to be a long, arduous task for the bowlers. There will be injuries. Bowlers will break down. You need Bumrah back. Bumrah's got to come back. The first test in Birmingham will set the tone, Harsha. And if India's bowlers, we know that their batting is a much heralded batting lineup. We know that. But if the bowlers can set the tone, like Mark Wood did in the first over here for England, he set the tone in this final ODI with a gem of an over to Rohit Sharma, and it buoyed the entire England team. I feel that India's bowlers have got to raise their game. I really do. And we've got Ashwin, you're laughing at something, aren't you?
No,
you've got Ashwin and Jadeja to come back in.
Correct. So when you say raise the game, I was just starting to think, would the weather change, or would it stay? If it stays dry, then India will definitely play 2 spinners.
They will. They might even play 3.
That far?
Yes, I think Kuldeep will find himself in the test side. I really do. I think I do. I think they'll play Kuldeep because he's had mystique, but the success of this England team in the one-day series against India has buoyed this England side. Joe Root getting 200.
True, but there's a lot of new players coming. Suddenly you're looking at Cook, you're looking at Jennings, you're looking at so many others. I think England are a far better white ball side than red ball side at the moment.
I agree.
And Anderson is not getting younger, though he's getting slimmer. Broad is not getting younger. They're only bowling about 130. They'll probably miss a couple of games in between. You don't know if the backup's good enough. You don't know if Vokes is going to be fit. So England have their issues, much as India do. Is Pujara still good enough? Is Rahane still good enough? Is very scale Rahul going to play? Is Dhawan going to start a series and end? So India's batting revolves too much around Kohli. I think for India to do well, India's bowlers have got to do well, but I think the series is wide open.
Absolutely wide open. I think it's an even contest, very even, and you've touched on a lot of subjects there. Anderson and Broad, key. Anderson in this series is key for England, and Broad, those two. And if this weather, Harsha, stays like the Indian summer we're having, then it'll favour India, but it will towards mid and end of August it'll get cooler. We know that. Yeah,
I'd be surprised if the pitches are really dry and help turn, because England don't have a spinner, and it'll be far too hospitable on England's part to provide wickets like this.
Overdue. Here we are, Virat. We've prepared pitches for your spinners. Help yourself. No.
I mean, even the music played in the ground. There was Sukhwinder being played on the ODI. I think the music on the ground is Indian. But I think it's open. I think the team that goes ahead, you'll find it very difficult to pull back in the series afterwards. So open series.